I'm pleased to be here with Premier Kenney and Minister Shandro to share the good news that Alberta will be moving to Stage 2 of relaunch at the end of this week. I know that it's taken us a lot of time and effort to get to this point. I've appreciated your patience as days turned into weeks and weeks turned into months, 3 months this week. At times it felt like we were never going to get to resume our daily habits. And while we're still not back to our pre-pandemic lives, and we need to accept precautions as a part of our new normal, we are closer than we were. I know you're looking forward to be able to resume many activities, and I am as well. It's wonderful that many sports and performing arts activities can begin again, and that people can gather and enjoy the summer in larger numbers. There is more flexibility on physical distancing for small cohorts of people. Friends and families from different households can choose to form small cohorts up to a maximum of 15 people. Performers can interact with up to 50 other cast members or performers. And sports teams can play within region-only cohorts of up to 50 players. These are some changes to restrictions that will be welcomed by many Albertans. But we must temper our enthusiasm with caution. We have made it to Stage 2 earlier than expected because we have remained vigilant. My message to you today is we need to remain vigilant.
We were able to push up to 2,800 set-aside acute care beds for COVID patients at the height of this pandemic, with hundreds of set-aside ICU beds and hundreds of unused ventilators. We never came close to maximizing that capacity. What we did over the past 3 months was to buy time to increase that capacity and demonstrate our ability to do so. We bought time to get used to the new hygiene and physical distancing norms and educate the public about all of that. We bought time for businesses to get the necessary equipment and put forward plans for safe operation in a pandemic context. We bought time for to learn more about the disease and its characteristics. And here in Alberta, as elsewhere around the world, we've seen that it is very dangerous for the very elderly and those with particular chronic health conditions. We bought time to strengthen our protection of the very vulnerable in continuing care and other congregate seniors' residences. We've bought time for scientists to make progress, we hope, on vaccines or effective treatments in the future. And so that was the point. The point wasn't to indefinitely shut down everything that we do in society. And now we can proceed with caution, but also optimism.
Certainly it's been encouraging as we've moved through Stage 1, as we've opened additional businesses and activities, to see that our case numbers have been stable or declining in almost all areas of the province. And so again, R0 is something we do watch as a contextual measure, with our main metrics being, as mentioned, hospitalization, ICU, and as was mentioned, we now have a regional metric of 50 active cases per 100,000, which is going to be live on the website today as a means that will inform Albertans of what's happening in their local area. And so watching those metrics were also important in moving up the Stage 2 of relaunch.
We don't need to panic when there will inevitably be increases in active cases. To the contrary, what we need to do is support each other in using these common sense guidelines. And you know what? Enjoying life. I've said this before. People shouldn't feel guilty now about going out responsibly with their family to a restaurant. They shouldn't second guess supporting, going to their local place of worship within the limitations that are in place. They should enjoy the beautiful Alberta summer. They should be able to travel with, observing the guidelines to get out around the province to our provincial parks. We're also releasing today the 50% cap on the number of people who can go to provincial campgrounds. So enjoy life, do it safely, and no need to panic.